Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This show's Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, if you listen to my voice right now, make sure you hit that like button for me. Anyway, so today has been a crazy day. It does look like none other than Lil CJ Kasino has been arrested. Now, he wasn't just regularly arrested, though. You know what I'm talking about? 12 of them chased down Lil CJ Kasino. He got into a high speed chase. He ended up, while running from the 12, tried to turn around a corner, drove into a ditch, which actually led him to driving into like somebody's gate on the side of their house. So it was a lot of damage that actually got done. Obviously, damaged the car, damaged, and a lot of parts of Houston, Texas, lights had to be cut out and water. You know, some of you know Houston been having a whole lot of problems with they lights and stuff like that because of the grid. So I'm gonna actually play the video for y'all because he actually made the news from when they was pretty much tracking him down. You know what I'm talking about? Here goes the clip. Actually, no, I'm gonna make it a little bigger for y'all. I want y'all to be able to see this here. But here goes the clip for y'all that y'all can actually. Also, if you don't follow my Instagram at Key Talk Media, you might want to do that. You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause that's where I post everything at before I actually post it here.
A man is now in jail after a Houston police chase ended in that crash. Good evening to you. I'm Mayra Moreno.
And I'm Jonathan Bruce. Now, the crash took out power and then water for several townhomes in Independence Heights.
And as ABC 13 Shannon Ryan reports, police say this all started as a case of mistaken identity.
Police tell us they thought they were pursuing one man wanted for a felony when they realized that they had actually been tailing somebody entirely different. But then they realized that he had several felonies himself. A chaotic ending to a chase.
I was like, finally, something I can actually put on Facebook.
With an equally chaotic beginning.
The officers in North Patrol Division were surveilling the location, looking for a wanted fugitive, and it just so happens a different wanted fugitive popped up.
Captain Ryan Watson with the Houston Police Department says officers were at this apartment off of North Shepherd Thursday, watching who they...
To the news at 6:30. A man is now in jail after
of state robbery. But when they later stopped him and his female passenger for failing to signal, they realized he was somebody else.
No, they actually thought they were on the first person because the two look very similar.
Watson said when the second man identified himself, police realized he also had several felony warrants.
So we have prohibited weapons, which is typically short barrel weapons, machine guns, Glock switches, that sort of thing.
So pretty much Lil CJ Kasino had already just previously got arrested for like prohibited weapons and a whole lot of other stuff, aggravated robbery, a lot of stuff, right? And I guess he made bond. And when he made bond, he probably jumped that bond, didn't do no checking in, and they probably put his warrant back out for that. Now, I will say this, it's going to be way, way, way harder for Lil CJ Kasino to make it up out of jail this time, especially seeing the fact that he fled away. You know what I'm talking about? That'll make it harder. Probably have to get more co-signers than just one or two, and then probably have a hold for a while. So he may be doing some real deal time, especially with the charges he got, having a switch, aggravated robbery, aggravated assault, all type of stuff, you know what I'm talking about.
And then aggravated assault, deadly weapon, and an aggravated robbery warrant. So this is a person that had a lot of heavy-duty warrants.
Which is why Watson says police made the calculation to chase him about a half mile down this residential street, passing Hurt Porter's home.
And I saw this truck zooming down the street, bouncing off the speed bumps. And I was like, oh, I don't think he's going to make that turn.
Police say he didn't make it, crashing out in this ditch before watching who they believed.
The street bouncing off the speed bumps. And I was like, oh, I don't think he's going to make that turn.
Police say he didn't make it, crashing out in this ditch before flying through this fence, temporarily knocking out electricity and water for a row of townhomes.
Before we could get any emergency personnel or a wrecker in there, we had to call Centerpoint Electrical to come in and to deactivate the line to make sure nobody got accidentally electrocuted because electricity and water typically don't mix.
And you can see just a real headache left behind for homeowners here, but thankfully nobody was hurt. We're told the suspect is now facing another charge for evading. In Independence Heights, Shannon Ryan, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Anyways, then of course there goes the shorts. I mean, Buddy just had these shorts on because he was at I think Galveston Beach or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? And of course, I believe he had them shorts on right there. Obviously, you can tell that that's Lil CJ Kasino. Now, we take it to the comment section. I know y'all had a lot to actually say. So I wrote a status. I said Lil CJ Kasino was apprehended in H-Town. The first comment says, dang, all day time coming. Game over. Effing idiot. And then, of course, the next comment say, them his favorite shorts. Boy ain't changed him shorts since he left Miami. Glock switches as in multiple. Of course, that's even more trouble, especially when it is multiple. This sad. Them short shots. CJ tweaking. Bro, my brother, grandma stay there. Bro is cooked. Bruh, I was literally over here wondering what the fuck is going on. CJ tweaking. Dang, finna make CJ go sit down. My boy done came way to Florida. Soon as he leave, he get arrested. Shake my head. He was at Galveston Beach, not Miami. He out of there. Why do these celebrities get in more trouble than the average dude? Shake my head. Well, actually, that part ain't actually true. Celebrities get in more trouble. It's just that they stuff is broadcast through the media more, though. You know what I'm talking about? Like, because they're in the spotlight, so they stuff is always going to be broadcasted more than just like the average person. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, I'm going to read a few more comments. And then I'll see if I got any other topics for today, but this video mainly was about this. So it says, ooh-wee, bro might be out of there for real. I blame the tight Daisy do shorts. Why is he in Studwood? Knew it was coming, shake my head. Same clothes is crazy. They hit a double whammy. Nigga said, finally something I can put on Facebook. Boy, what you was doing in Mike Jones' hood? I swear they always to the black person who looked like who did it and why. Dang, not to count they may hold him for a little runny and I mean, nobody was charged with that. Well, he wasn't charged with that. Those other two dudes was, but now if those other dudes in there have mentioned anybody's name, of course they will try to go after them as well. Well, all these niggas cooking themselves. He got them booty berries on. Once they give blood a bun, he out of there. Niggas too old that niggas be in life doing like this still. Bruh, we already got weak power lines here. This nigga took out the whole hood power and water. Most hated man in Houston right now. He went to jail in them small, so of course, a lot of people is just going in. A lot of people is going in on the shorts. Of course, you do got some of the Houston people mad because they said that their lights went out. And a lot of people was wondering, what in the blue hell is going on? Why is the lights going out and stuff like that as well? But I do want to make it clear, this arrest isn't pertaining to anything that has to do with I know a lot of y'all potentially are thinking about. And, of course, what was in that comment section, you know what I'm talking about. And with that being said, let me see if there's anything else I got going on that we can actually talk about today. Oh, yeah. No. We'll talk about that another time, man. I just wrapped this video up right here, and I'll be getting out another video for y'all a little later today. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.